Welcome into John Alexander Gymnasium for tonight's action on JISD Live. I'm Lee Traylor, class of 2005. Tonight's game pits Jacksonville against the visiting Tyler Heat. Jacksonville comes in to this game with an overall record of 27-7 and a district record of 13-3. The Maidens are averaging just over 58 points per game while allowing just over 40. Jacksonville is looking to add to their 4-game winning streak after most recently defeating the Marshall Lady Mavs on Friday by the score of 88-28. The Heat come into tonight's game with an equally impressive overall record of 27-9. They are averaging just under 44 points per game while allowing only 29. Currently on an 8-game winning streak, the Heat most recently defeated the Troop Lady Tigers by the score of 40-29 last Friday. Taking a look at the season schedule, Jacksonville has had a fantastic year so far with an overall record of 27-7. The Maidens are just about ready to head into the playoffs, but tonight's game will serve as an important warm-up for their upcoming postseason slate. Jacksonville finished in second place in district this year, trailing only the district leading Tyler High Lady Lions. Mount Pleasant sits in third, NAC in fourth, Lufkin in fifth, Texas High in sixth, White House in seventh, Hallsville in eighth, and Marshall in ninth. Once again, Fred, thanks for joining us on JISD Live. In just a second, we're going to hear the starting lineups from JHS English teacher and PA announcer extraordinaire, Mr. Don Couples. And once again, to start here this evening, this is a one-man band as I'm running the camera, doing the commentary, attempting to keep up with stats, a few graphics here and there, so just bear with me. It's not going to be perfect, but I promise I will try my best. And I do anticipate being joined by some students here later this evening, as we've got both soccer going on and the Tomato Bowl and basketball going on here at John A. So we're kind of spread amongst both events, and soccer started a little earlier. I'm sure we'll get some of those students kind of trickling in as the evening goes on. I did have the live stream that we're bringing you currently also on JISDlive.com, as your Jacksonville High School boys soccer are taking on the Mount Pleasant Tigers tonight. And currently in the JV game, in the junior varsity game, Mount Pleasant with a 1-0 lead against Jacksonville with 30 minutes remaining in regulation. So once again, we're simulcasting boys soccer from the Tomato Bowl, along with both boys and girls basketball here at John A. And speak of the devil, or speak it into existence, Jessica Hernandez just showed up, a knight in shining armor, showed up to help with the broadcasts here tonight. I'm sure we'll have a few more come in, but Jessica Hernandez, the first to show up tonight. So now you know at least it's going to look good. I can't speak for the commentary, how great that's going to be, but I know Jessica always does a fantastic job. So huge thanks to Jessica Hernandez, and thank you for joining us on JISD Live.
Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to John Alexander Gym for tonight's big men's and women's basketball doubleheader. Our first game this evening features the Tyler Lady Heat and your Jacksonville Fightin. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you would please rise, and gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor America with the playing and singing of our national anthem. At this time, let's meet tonight's starters. First of the visiting Lady Heat of Tyler. Starting at guard, a 5'7" junior number 3, Savannah Fuller. Starting at another guard, 5'1" freshman number 4, Lexi Fuller. Starting at guard, a 5'8" sophomore number 11, Emily Harrison. Starting at post, a 5'10" junior number 22, Riley Bergman. And starting at forward, a 6'1" senior number 24, Emma Kirksey. The Lady Heater coach was Jeremy Thomas and assisted by Taylor Kirksey. And now get on your feet to meet your Fightin Maidens of Jacksonville. Starting at guard, a 5'8" senior number 1, Kaya Cox. Starting at the guard, 5'2" senior number 2, Kaylee Boyd. Starting at guard, 5'7" senior number 3, Tranaja Butler. Starting at the point, a 6'1" junior number 5, Tia Fuller. And starting at forward, a 5'9" senior number 24, Kiki Robertson. Your Fightin Maidens are coached by Miss Sheree Schmidt, assisted by Bianca Lacey and Randall Kobe.
And we're off. Jacksonville winning the tip. Starting for Jacksonville, Kaya Cox, Kaylee Boyd, Trinaja Butler, Tia Fuller, and Kiki Robertson. Kaya Cox into the lane. She puts it up, no good. Rebound, Tia Fuller. Now, Trinaja fighting for the loose ball, picks it up in traffic. Tia Fuller puts it up and puts it in. First points of the night go to Tia Fuller. Jacksonville first on the board. Starting for Tyler Heat tonight, Savannah Fuller, Lexi Fuller, Emily Arrington, Riley Berggren, and Emma Lurksey. Tyler moving the ball around, looking for an open shot. Good move into the lane. Shot doesn't fall. Open look at three for Lexi Fuller is up and in. Good looking shot from Lexi Fuller. 3-2 is your score here early at John A. Tia Fuller bringing it ahead into the lane, kicks it over to Trinaja Butler. Butler quickly into the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound, Heat. Quickly up the court, good pass from Fuller, and now open look at three is up and short from Emma Lurksey. Tia Fuller bringing it the other way for Jacksonville. Tia into the lane, finish through contact, 4-3. Tia Fuller with Jacksonville's first 4 points of the evening. Now into the lane, good block from Trinija Butler on Savannah Fuller, and Tia Fuller brings it ahead for Jacksonville. Tia into the lane, puts it up, rebound, Robertson. Robertson fouled, count the bucket, three-point opportunity for Kiki Robertson. She's able to finish through contact, and she'll head to the line. Robertson good on the three-point play. 7-3 is your early score. 6 minutes remaining here in the first. Jacksonville with a 4-point lead. Good move to get into the lane and then put up by Lexi Fuller. And then Tyler wins the ball back, and Fuller able to connect. 5-7 is your score. 5.5 remaining here in the first. Tia Fuller sends it in the corner. Kiki Robertson pump fake into the lane. Now Kaylee Boyd, open look at three is up and in. Good ball movement from Jacksonville, manufacturing an open look for Kaylee Boyd in the corner, and she pays it off. Now Lexi Fuller with it for Tyler. She sends it over to Emily Arrington. Arrington to Riley Berggren. That pass intercepted by Trinija Butler. She sends it ahead for Tia Fuller. Open runway. She lays it in. 12-5 is your score. Jacksonville with the lead. Fuller sends the ball over to Savannah Fuller. Now back to Lexi Fuller. Three is up and in. Lexi Fuller able to answer all 8 points for the Tyler Heat coming from Lexi Fuller so far. Tia Fuller with the ball for Jacksonville. Now to Trinija Butler. Butler into the lane, driving through contact. Jump ball called. Good defense from Lexi Fuller on that possession. And Tyler will take over on the alternating possession. So the Heat set to bring it ahead. Lexi Fuller hands it off to Savannah Fuller. Ball moving around. Lexi Fuller with the ball at the three-point line, guarded by Trinija Butler. Into the lane. That pass deflected but kept by Tyler. Emma Lurksey with it for the Heat. Now to Savannah Fuller. Fuller all the way across court. That shot put up by Emily Arrington. And foul called. Tia Fuller picks up her first foul. Emily Arrington at the line, up no good on the first. Second is up no good as well. Rebound Kiki Robertson. She sends it off to Tia Fuller. She's going to bring it past half court for Jacksonville. Now to Butler. Butler pulls up from three and banks it in. Trinija Butler. I think they're going to call that a 2. And then Butler's pass to Robertson out of bounds. Jacksonville with a 14-8 lead here. Just under 3 minutes remaining here in the first period. Savannah Fuller with the ball for Tyler, guarded by Boyd. Now Lurksey with the ball for Tyler. She sends it over to Riley Berggren. Back to Lexi Fuller. Trinaja Butler on defense for Jacksonville. And now Savannah Fuller with it for the Heat. Lexi Fuller, deep three is up and in. All 11 Tyler Heat points coming from Lexi Fuller. 3 threes and a 2. Timeout. And Lexi Fuller, scorching hot from the court here tonight. 11 points to Jacksonville's 14 for Lexi Fuller. Jacksonville spreading it around. Kaylee Boyd with 3, Trinaja Butler with 2, Tia Fuller with 6, and Kiki Robertson with 3. Jacksonville with a 14-11 lead here in the first period. Jacksonville's done a good job defensively. They haven't given up open looks, and the Tyler Heat have tried to move the ball around to manufacture open looks, and Jacksonville just not giving up anything easy. But credit Lexi Fuller, a lot of difficult shots and then some deep threes. And she's put up 11 points here in this opening period. All 11 of Tyler's first period points. Tia Fuller brings it ahead for Jacksonville. She's picked up by Savannah Fuller. Tia hands it off to Kiki Robertson. Now Trinaja Butler with it for Jacksonville. 2 minutes remaining here in the first. Tia into the lane. Now back to Trinaja. Trinaja thought about a 3, but hands it off to Kaylee Boyd. Hands it off to Sakia Anderson. Correction, and Anderson's shot no good. So Lexi Fuller with the ball for the Heat, guarded by Trinaja Butler. Emily Arrington sends this inside and deflected by Tia Fuller, and she'll bring it ahead for Jacksonville. 1:15 remaining here in the first. Tia Fuller with the ball for Jacksonville. Jacksonville 3-point lead. Kiki Robertson 3 is up, off back iron, no good. Rebound, Lexi Fuller. Into the lane, she puts it up and it's blocked by Tia Fuller. But rebound, Samantha Fuller, stolen by Trinaja Butler. Trinaja sends it ahead. Sakia Anderson, open look at the goal, no good. Rebound, Kiki Robertson, put back. Offensive rebound, cleanup from Kiki Robertson. Jacksonville 16, Tyler Heat 11. Here under a minute remaining here in the first period. Lexi Fuller bringing it ahead for the Heat. 30 seconds remaining in the opening period. Jacksonville with a 5-point lead. The Heat content to run off a lot of this final 30 seconds. Lexi Fuller trying to get into the lane, but good defense from Trinaja Butler. Now the runner is put up by Emma Lurksey because she gets an offensive rebound, but then big block from Tia Fuller. Kaylee Boyd goes to the ground to collect it. And then time runs out on the opening period. After 1, Jacksonville 16, Tyler Heat 11. Big first period for Jacksonville and a big opening period for Lexi Fuller. Once again, Lexi Fuller, all 11 of Tyler Heat's points in this opening period. And for Jacksonville, 5 points for Kiki Robertson, 6 for Tia Fuller, 2 for Trinaja Butler, and 3 for Kaylee Boyd. Jacksonville's done well defensively in that opening period. And Lexi Fuller kind of unbothered by some good defense on a lot of those first period points. Some deep threes and some finishing in traffic for Lexi Fuller. And then on Jacksonville's end, a lot of transition points and some second chance opportunities for Jacksonville, which we've seen a lot of this year from this Maidens team. Tia Fuller going to bring it ahead to start this second period. She sends it to Kiki Robertson. Now Kaya Cox with the ball for Jacksonville to Trinija Butler. Kaya Cox hands it off to Kiki Robertson. Straight away open three for Tia Fuller is up and in. 19-11 is your score here early in the second. Jacksonville with an 8-point lead against the Tyler Heat. Lexi Fuller bringing it ahead for Tyler. She sends it to Samantha Fuller. Good defense from Butler. And now Arrington gets it back to Lexi Fuller. Kaylee Boyd on defense for Jacksonville. Arrington into the lane. Good screen set, but Jacksonville with the steal. Kaylee Boyd picks up her dribble, sends it cross court to Tia Fuller. Tia into the lane, contact, puts it up, doesn't fall, and she'll shoot two from the line. Savannah Fuller called for her first personal foul. First team foul for either team here in this second period. 6:44 remaining in the second. Tia Fuller's first is up and in. So at that 6:44 mark, Jacksonville 20 and Tyler Heat 11. Second is up and in for Fuller. Jacksonville now with a 10-point lead. 6:40 remaining here in the second period. Jacksonville 21, Tyler Heat 11. And Tia Fuller with 11 points for Jacksonville. Trinija Butler went for the steal, not able to get there, so Lexi Fuller with it for the Heat, guarded by Kaylee Boyd. Now Savannah Fuller hands it off to Arrington, back to Lexi Fuller. Deep three is up, no good. Rebound Robertson for Jacksonville. Tia Fuller pushing it ahead for the Maidens into the lane, a lot of contact, and she'll go back to the line. I believe that'll be Savannah Fuller's second foul.
That was on number 3, Savannah Fuller. Her second personal, second quarter team on number 2. Tia Fuller shooting two.
First is up and in for Fuller.
Checking into the Maidens is number 10, Janisha Gray.
Second is up and in for Fuller. (23-11) is your score. 6 minutes remaining here in the second period. Ball almost out of bounds, but the Heat retain possession. Now into the lane, Savannah Fuller called for the travel. So Jacksonville set to bring it ahead. Tia Fuller with the ball for the Maidens. Kiki Robertson inside to Trinija Butler. Great looking play for Jacksonville and great finish from Trinija Butler. 25-11 is your score. I think we got a stoppage because the game clock was not running. So the Heat will inbound. Lexi Fuller bringing it ahead for Tyler, going to be guarded by Trinija Butler. Now Savannah Fuller, entry pass, gets it back, and then big block from Kiki Robertson, and Tia Fuller out on the run. Dives for the ball, gets it to Kaya Cox. Now open look for Janisha Gray is up and in. Great effort on that play from Tia Fuller to go to the ground, save that ball, and get it out. And then Kaya Cox found a wide open Janisha Gray for 3 for Jacksonville. It's now a 17-point Jacksonville lead. Gray is going to be hit with a foul.
Foul is on number 10, Janisha Gray. Her first personal.
It's going to be her first personal foul. So the Heat set to inbound. Arrington inbounding for Tyler. Gray breaks on the ball on the inbound, and now Arrington puts up a 3, no good. Rebound, Lexi Fuller gets it to Savannah Fuller. Now back to Arrington and Lexi Fuller. Guarded by Trinija Butler. She hands this ball off to Izzy Stubing, who's going to be called for the travel. So Jacksonville set to inbound. Tia Fuller bringing it ahead. Coming up on the 4-minute mark, Jacksonville with the 28-11 lead here against the Tyler Heat in the second period. Trinija Butler with the ball down low. Now Kiki Robertson, long 2 is up and good for Kiki Robertson, assisted by Trinija Butler. Jacksonville has made this a 19-point lead, 3:45 remaining in the second. Savannah Fuller looking for Emma Lurksey, but Tia Fuller going to be called for her second personal foul. So 3:40 remaining here in the second. Tyler set to inbound, down 19 to Jacksonville. Lexi Fuller's entry pass intercepted by Kiki Robertson. Now Trinija Butler pulls the trigger on a 3, no good. Rebound Tia Fuller. She sends it to Kaya Cox. Into the lane, now Janisha Gray. Straight away 3 is up, no good. Rebound Tia Fuller. Sent out to Kaya Cox. Through contact. And good. 3-point opportunity for Kaya Cox. Lexi Fuller called for the foul. Free throw is up and good, so 3 points for Kaya Cox. 33-11 is your score. 22-point lead here for Jacksonville as we approach the 3-minute mark left in the first half. Lexi Fuller finishes through the foul, so she'll head to the line, attempting to answer back for the and one at the other end.
Checking back in for the Maidens is number 2, Kaylee Boyd, and number 4, Sakia Anderson. Lexi Fuller shooting it.
Free throw is up and good for Lexi Fuller. Tia Fuller brings it the other way for Jacksonville. 3 is up from Kaylee Boyd, no good.
Checking in for the Heat is number 5, Izzy Stubing.
Savannah Fuller going to bring it ahead for Tyler. Into the lane, she puts it up, almost gets it to fall, but does get fouled.
That is number 10, Janisha Gray, her second personal.
It's going to be Janisha Gray's second personal foul. 2:15 remaining here in the second. 33-14 is your score. Jacksonville out in front. And Savannah Fuller at the line. First is up, no good. Second is up, no good for Savannah Fuller, and Tia Fuller will bring it the other way for Jacksonville. Tia tries to get it to Sakia Anderson. Deflected and then retaken by Tia Fuller. Great save from Kiki Robertson. And now Kiki gets it to Sakia Anderson, back to Tia Fuller. Kiki back to Anderson. Anderson up for three, off back iron. Rebound, Kaylee Boyd. Wide open look at another three. And she's good from three for Kaylee Boyd. 36-14, 1.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Jacksonville with the 36-14 lead against the Tyler Heat. Lexi Fuller bringing it ahead for Tyler. She sends it into the corner. Savannah Fuller, three up, no good. Rebound, Kiki Robertson. Tia Fuller past half court for Jacksonville. Over to Kiki and back to Tia. Aggressive defense from Savannah Fuller going for the steal, but Jacksonville retains possession. Sakia Anderson back to Kiki Robertson for three, up, no good. And then rebound, Riley Berggren. And Savannah Fuller going to bring it ahead for the Heat. Now to Lexi Fuller into the lane. Puts it up, left-handed layup, no good. Rebound, Tia Fuller, 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. That pass out intended for Sakia Anderson. Savannah Fuller picks up her dribble, in some trouble. Long pass ahead, looking for Lexi Fuller. And then Janisha Gray with a good break on the ball, out of bounds. And Savannah Fuller knew it when she picked up her dribble that she was going to be in trouble with no one around. And Lexi Fuller running back for the ball. Just it's a lot of ground to cover with a pass with Jacksonville defenders running back. Lexi Fuller going to bring it ahead for the Heat. Going to get past half court as we're under 20 seconds remaining here in the first half. Jacksonville 36 and the Tyler Heat 14. Savannah Fuller puts it up. Kiki Robertson there to contest that shot. Looks like she got a hand on it, so the Heat will inbound. 9.1 seconds remaining here in the second period. Deep inbound to Emma Lurksey. Now sent back. Left-handed layup is up from Riley Berggren, no good, and that will do it for the first half. At the end of the half, Jacksonville 36 and the Tyler Heat 14. So Jacksonville with a sizable lead after two. And of note here tonight, Lexi Fuller with all 14 first half points for the Tyler Heat. And Tyler's moved the ball around. It has not been a kind of a one-person show as that stat may suggest. They've moved the ball around looking for open shots, but credit Jacksonville's defense. They've stymied some of that, and Lexi Fuller, a lot of those 14 points have just been kind of deep threes and finishing through contact. So Jacksonville's defense has been effective through one half. We're going to get a performance here at halftime from the JHS Majorettes, and it looks like they'll have some assistance from maybe some future Majorettes.
Jacksonville High School Majorettes, our Jacksonville Middle School twirlers, and our 2025 mini Majorettes. Our mini Majorettes are a group of pre-K all the way up to 6th grade. Our middle school twirlers are 7th and 8th grade, and in high school, 9th through 12th. They have put this together in 2 practices. And we are so excited to show you the future of twirling for Jacksonville.
Really great performance there by the majorettes, both the high school majorettes, the middle school majorettes, and the mini majorettes, some of our elementary students. So great performance there. And the majorettes are under the direction of Miss Brianne G., who always does a fantastic job, and they certainly did that here tonight. We've currently got both boys teams warming up here at halftime. As a reminder, we'll bring you your varsity boys action after the girls, and we are also currently bringing you boys soccer at the historic Tomato Bowl on JISD Live. See if I can get you an update for that score. Looks like we're about to get started with the varsity game. And earlier when we checked in on JV, Mount Pleasant had a 1-0 lead. And it looks like that was the final. So in your JV boys soccer game, Jacksonville comes up 1 goal short, losing 1-0 to Mount Pleasant in your junior varsity action. And it looks like your varsity action is just getting started. As always, we'd encourage you to check out your varsity boys soccer action here on JISD Live. Both soccer programs enjoying great years as they have for the past several years. Your boys soccer program under the direction of head coach Rudy Jaramillo. And that's quite the difficult district here in 5A for both soccer programs, but both programs starting out extremely strong in district play. So we'll hope Jacksonville can keep that up tonight in the varsity side of that 2-game stretch at the Tomato Bowl. Your JV team coming up 1 goal short. Here's hoping varsity can pull it out against the Tigers at the historic Tomato Bowl. Currently, your Maidens with a sizable lead at halftime against Tyler Heat, and your Fightin Indians warming up, getting ready to take on the Tyler Heat in the second half of our doubleheader here from John Alexander Gymnasium. We've got about 6.5 minutes remaining here in halftime. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll leave you to enjoy the warm-up here at John A., and I'll be back with you. Thank you for joining us on JISD Live. We're just about ready to get started here with our second half of action. Here is your Jacksonville Maidens take on the Tyler Heat. Jacksonville with a 36-14 lead at halftime. Big first half for Jacksonville. Tia Fuller with 13 points, 7 points for Kiki Robertson, 6 for Kaylee Boyd, 4 for Trenasia Butler, and then 3 apiece for Kaya Cox and Janisha Gray. Tyler Heat starting with the ball. Savannah Fuller with it for Tyler. Now Lexi Fuller guarded by Trenasia Butler. Emma Lurchie loses the handle, now sends it over to Arrington. Arrington into the corner. Savannah Fuller in traffic, puts it up and gets it to fall. 16-36. Tia Fuller with the ball for Jacksonville. Sends it over to Kaylee Boyd. Now Trenasia Butler pulls up from 3, off back iron, no good. Rebound, Savannah Fuller. She sends it ahead to Lexi Fuller into the lane. She puts it up and puts it in. Good pass from Savannah Fuller and good finish from Lexi Fuller. 18-36, under 7 here in the third. Tia driving the lane, but good defense from the Heat. Now Lexi Fuller with it at the other end, but big block from Trenasia Butler in transition. Out of bounds off Butler, so the Heat will retain possession. But big effort play on defense in transition to run down there and block that shot. Lexi Fuller puts up the 3, no good. Rebound, Trenasia Butler, but she runs into Tia Fuller and then runs back to get the steal momentarily. But Lexi Fuller drives the lane and puts it in over Tia Fuller. 36-20 is your score. 6:18 remaining here in the third period. Jacksonville with the 16-point lead against the Heat. Tia Fuller with it for Jacksonville, guarded by Savannah Fuller. But now Kaylee Boyd going to be fouled in the corner. I believe that'll be Emily Arrington. Welcome back into John Alexander Gymnasium. Apologize for our technical issues, but I believe we're back on the stream now. Didn't miss too much time. Kiki Robertson with the ball for Jacksonville, driving the length of the court. Now dribbles back and gets it to Kaylee Boyd. Hope we didn't lose you for too long. Kaylee Boyd three is up and short, no good. 4 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in the third. Jacksonville 38 and Tyler Heat 23. Tyler Heat with the ball. Emma Lurksey hands it off to Emily Arrington, looking for Savannah Fuller in the corner, but can't connect. 3:39 remaining here in the third. Jacksonville 38, Tyler Heat 23. Jacksonville set to inbound. Kaylee Boyd gets it to Trinasia Butler. Butler going to be picked up by Lexi Fuller. Butler into the corner. Kiki Robertson. Back to Butler. Butler into the lane. Gets it to Kaya Cox. Kaya Cox through traffic. Puts it up. Soft off the glass and in. 40-23. And Savannah Fuller set to inbound for the Heat. Lexi Fuller bringing it ahead. Going to bring it past half court. Into the lane. Can't get the scoop layup to fall, and Trinasia Butler brings it ahead for the Maidens. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the third. Jacksonville 40, Tyler Heat 23. Trinasia into the lane. Now back to Kiki after the screen. Great look from Trinasia and great shot from Kiki Robertson. 2:30 remaining here in the third. Jacksonville with the 42-23 lead. Arrington with it for the Heat. Sends it to Berggren. Now Savannah Fuller puts it up. Blocked by Butler and out of bounds. Izzy Stubing checks in for the Heat. This inbound sent back and going to be collected by Lexi Fuller. Fuller to Stubing. Stubing hands it off to Lurksey. Lurksey, good shot in traffic. 25-42 is your score. Jacksonville with the lead. Under 2 minutes here left in the third. Kaylee Boyd sends it to Butler. Trinasia with the ball for Jacksonville. Now into the corner. Kaya Cox into the lane. Strong to the basket. Gets her own rebound. And then tied up by Lexi Fuller. Jump ball called. Jacksonville will keep possession. So Kaylee Boyd set to inbound. We will get a substitution. Truth Tenbrick checks in for the Heat, and Savannah Fuller going to have a seat. Trinasia Butler to Kaylee Boyd. That pass off the mark, just miscommunication as she was looking for Kiki Robertson, who was not looking for the pass. Lexi Fuller going to bring it ahead for Tyler. Deep three is up, off back iron, no good. Rebound, Berggren. Now Fuller again from three, up no good. This time Kaya Cox with the rebound for Jacksonville, and she is out on the run. And called for the charge. Good defensive play by Lexi Fuller in transition. That'll be Kaya Cox's first personal foul. 1:06 remaining here in the third. Jacksonville 42 and Tyler Heat 25. Lexi Fuller bringing it ahead. She gets it off to Tenbrick. And now Lurksey pulls up from the free throw line, no good. Rebound Kaya Cox. And she gets fouled by, I believe, Riley Berggren. It's going to be her first personal foul. 43 seconds remaining here in the third period. Jacksonville 42, Tyler Heat 25. Kaylee Boyd brings it ahead for Jacksonville. She sends it to Skia Anderson. Now Trinasia Butler guarded by Lexi Fuller. Butler crossover into the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound Kiki Robertson. Now Sakia Anderson open in the corner, no good. And the Tyler Heat will send it the other way. Coming up on 10 seconds remaining here in the period, but that pass goes out of bounds. So 13.3 remaining in the third, and Jacksonville set to bring it up court. Kaylee Boyd brings it across half court. Under 10 seconds remaining. Kiki Robertson pulls up, no good. 2.8 remaining here in the period. And the Tyler Heat will send it ahead. Lexi Fuller from half court, not going to send it away. So after three, Jacksonville 42 and the Tyler Heat 25. So we did get two more Tyler Heat players on the board, as Lexi Fuller at halftime had all 14 of the Heat's points at half. And Savannah Fuller and Emma Lurksey getting on the board in that third period for the Tyler Heat. For Jacksonville, 15 points for Tia Fuller, 9 for Kiki Robertson, 3 for Janisha Gray, 4 for Trinasia Butler, 6 for Kaylee Boyd, and 5 for Kaya Cox. So we're just about set to start this fourth period. And Jacksonville will start the fourth period with a 42-25 lead against the Tyler Heat. Savannah Fuller back in the game for the Heat, and she controls it, now sends it to Lexi Fuller, guarded by Trinasia Butler. Inbound pass, entry pass intended for Savannah Fuller, going to be tied up by Kiki Robertson. Jump ball, alternating possession. Jacksonville will take over. Kaylee Boyd with the ball for the Maidens and sends it ahead for Trinasia Butler to bring it past half court for Jacksonville. Trinasia into the lane. Good defense again from Savannah Fuller. Another jump ball, and this time the Heat set to bring it ahead. Savannah Fuller and Lexi Fuller settling on who's going to bring it ahead. Lexi with the ball for the Heat. It's going to be guarded by Trinasia Butler now. Savannah Fuller with it into the lane, but good defense from Kiki Robertson and Kaya Cox. Traveling violation called against Savannah Fuller. And Tia Fuller checks in for Jacksonville. Kaya Cox is set to have a seat for the Maidens. Tia Fuller bringing it ahead. 7-minute mark here in regulation. Jacksonville 42, Tyler Heat 25. Grenija pulls up from 3. No good. Rebound. Emily Arrington. Now Lexi Fuller bringing it ahead for the Heat. Quickly into the lane. She puts it up. No good. Rebound Tia Fuller. Tia quickly up the court looking for Sakia Anderson, but stolen by Savannah Fuller, and then Tia Fuller picks up the foul. That's her third personal foul. First team foul for Jacksonville. Savannah Fuller brings it ahead for Tyler. Taking her time in the backcourt. Will be picked up by Kaylee Boyd. Fuller into the lane and fouled on the shot attempt. And that's going to be Tia Fuller's 4th foul. So 6 minutes remaining here in this game. Tia Fuller with 4 fouls. First is up, no good for Savannah Fuller. Kaya Cox comes back into the game for Tia Fuller. Savannah Fuller good on the second. 26-42 is your score at the 6-minute mark here in regulation. Grenija Butler sends it to Sakia Anderson. Anderson trying to get it back to Butler, but stolen by Savannah Fuller. She sends it ahead to Lexi Fuller. And then Emily Arrington for 3, no good. Rebound Lexi Fuller. Lurksey in the lane, hands it off to Berggren. Loose ball going to be taken by Lexi Fuller. She pulls up from 3, off iron, no good. Berggren, offensive rebound and put back for Riley Berggren. 28-42 is your score. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the 4th period. Good defense from Arrington, but Kaya Cox now with it. Grenija Butler called for the off-ball foul. It's going to be her 2nd personal and 3rd team foul for Jacksonville. Jacksonville with a 14-point lead, but Tyler Heat with some momentum after these last few possessions. Lexi Fuller with it for the Heat. She hands it off to Emily Arrington. Now Savannah Fuller into the corner for Emma Lurksey. Runner in the lane is up, no good.
Jacksonville is number 10, Tanisha Gray. 30-second timeout.
Tyler takes a timeout. I believe the nearest official on that last play said that Jacksonville deflected it out of bounds, so we'll see if the Heat end up with possession coming out of this timeout. I could be wrong. It could be completely off base. It's happened before. Probably happened multiple times in this game already. But either way, we'll see who ends up with the ball coming out of this timeout. It looks like the original call will stand, so Jacksonville will inbound. Janisha Gray going to bring it ahead for the Maidens. 4:45 remaining here in regulation. Kaya Cox with the ball in the lane. Steps through traffic and gets fouled.
That was number 22,
Riley Berggren. Second personal foul for Berggren. Kaya Cox will head to the line for Jacksonville. Jacksonville's kind of gone cold from the floor these last few possessions. So getting to the line might be a good remedy for that, but first is up no good for Kaya Cox. Second is up no good for Kaya Cox, and then jump ball on the rebound. Maidens basketball. Janisha Gray with it, now hands it off to Trinija Butler. Butler with the ball again after the shot. No good on the lay-in attempt, and so Tyler Heat quickly up the court. Now Savannah Fuller up, no good. Rebound, Kaya Cox. She sends it ahead for Trinija Butler. Butler all the way to the other end and lays it up and lays it in. 44-28 is your score. Out of bounds, Jacksonville ball. Timeout, Jacksonville. 44-28 is your score. 3:34 remaining here in regulation. Apologize for the last few possessions as I've been kind of tied up with some technical issues, trying to get those resolved. Although I'm sure some of you quite happy for those technical issues because it caused me to talk way less than I normally do. So some of you are probably thinking, man, I don't know what's going on, but this has been great. Well, I hate to break it to you, technical issues resolved, so you have my full and undivided attention, as good or bad as that may be. 30 seconds remaining here in this timeout break as we're late in the fourth, and your Jacksonville Fightin Maidens enjoy a 44-28 lead against the Tyler Heat. Trinija Butler with the ball for Jacksonville. She'll bring it ahead. Going to be picked up by Savannah Fuller. Kaya Cox, pump fake into the lane, through traffic, puts it up, and no good. Rebound, Fuller for Tyler Heat. She sends it ahead for Lurksey. Lurksey blocked by Kiki Robertson. Great defense under the goal from Robertson, not just on that possession, but all night. As Trinija Butler brings it ahead for Jacksonville, she sends it to a wide open Kaya Cox for three, no good. And then rebound Kiki Robertson. Kiki puts it back up and gets it to fall. Great play on these last few possessions by Kiki Robertson at both ends of the court. And now Lexi Fuller bringing it ahead for the Heat. She sends it over to Savannah Fuller, guarded by Kaylee Boyd. Lexi Fuller puts it up, no good, but reset to Savannah Fuller into the lane, spin move, put it up, good move, but can't finish, and now Lexi Fuller with the ball for the Heat. She drives, puts it up, and puts it in. Good possession for the Heat. 16-point game coming up on 2 minutes remaining here in regulation. Jacksonville 46 and the Heat 30, but turnover as Lexi Fuller brings it ahead for the Heat. And she gets past Kiki and lays it up again. 22 points for Lexi Fuller. 46-32 is your score. Jacksonville out in front by 14. 1:45 remaining in regulation. Janisha Gray gonna be fouled. Emma Kirksey going to be called for the foul. That'll be Emma Lurksey called for the foul. I believe that's her first. Jacksonville inbounding. Kaya Cox with the ball for the Maidens. Now into the corner for Kaylee Boyd. Back to Kaya Cox. Cross-court pass to Kiki Robertson. Pulls the trigger on a three. No good. And then Savannah Fuller bringing it ahead for the Heat. 1.5 remaining here in regulation. Lurksey with the ball. She puts it up, no good. Rebound, Kaya Cox. Kaya out past half court. Gonna pick up her dribble and sends it over to Kaylee Boyd. And now Janisha Gray. Jacksonville now moving the ball around as we're coming up on 1 minute remaining, but Trinaja Butler knifes into the lane and then can't get the lay-in to fall, but does get the deflection and the steal and is good on that attempt. Under a minute remaining here in regulation. Jacksonville 48, Tyler Heat 32. Lexi Fuller bringing it ahead for Tyler, guarded by Butler. She hands it off to Savannah Fuller. And Savannah Fuller trying to get that to Izzy Stubing, but Fuller called for the travel. 38.6 remaining here in regulation. And Trinaja Butler brings it ahead for Jacksonville. Jacksonville with a 16-point lead here in the final seconds of regulation. Butler to Janisha Gray. She puts up a three. Rattles the rim, no good. And Savannah Fuller set to bring it ahead for Tyler. Savannah Fuller fouled and able to finish through the contact. Janisha Gray called for her 4th personal foul. So Savannah Fuller with the opportunity for a three-point play, but no good on the free throw. Lexi Fuller puts it up, no good, and Kaya Cox, deep pass ahead for Janisha Gray. She puts it up, no good. And your final score at the end of regulation. Jacksonville 48 and the Tyler Heat 34. So Jacksonville slowing down some as far as scoring goes there in that final period. Only 6 points in the final period for the Maidens, but they did enough to hold off the Tyler Heat, and they come away with the 14-point win. For Jacksonville, 15 points for Tia Fuller, 3 for Janisha Gray, 11 for Kiki Robertson, 8 points for Trinaja Butler, 6 for Kaylee Boyd, and 5 for Kaya Cox. For the Tyler Heat, 22 points for Lexi Fuller, 8 for Savannah Fuller, and then 2 apiece for Riley Berggren and Emma Lurksey. If you joined us for your Fightin' Maidens action tonight, thank you for joining us on JISD Live. We are going to bring you the second half of your doubleheader as your Fightin' Indians are set to take on the Tyler Heat in your varsity boys basketball action. But prior to our game tonight, we do have a individual senior night presentation for Brendan Richards, as he's going to be unable to attend for the regularly scheduled senior night next week for this basketball team, as I believe he'll be on a recruiting trip for football. And so we're going to celebrate Brendan tonight and then the rest of the seniors on Friday. It looks like we may have had a change of plans. So we may do Brendan's senior night ceremony after the game. This is all guessing on my part. I don't know. But certainly we were scheduled to do that pregame. Looks like we had a last-minute change of plans, so I'll try to get some more information for you and let you know. But either way, we're 9.5 minutes away from Varsity Fightin Indian basketball here on JISD Live. Once again, thank you for joining us on JISD Live. Huge thanks to Jessica Hernandez for running the camera tonight. Showed up like a knight in shining armor right as the girls' game started. And she's done an excellent job all night long, as she always does. Once again, I'm Lee Traylor, class of 2005. Thanks for joining us on JISD Live. And tonight's matchup features Jacksonville against the visiting Tyler Heat. Jacksonville comes into tonight's game with an overall record of 14-18 and a district record of 6-8. The Indians are averaging just under 55 points per game while allowing just over 56. Jacksonville is looking to stay in the win column after most recently defeating the Marshall Mavericks by the score of 69-53. The Heat come into tonight's game with a great overall record of 29-2. They are averaging just under 64 points per game while allowing 44. The Heat most recently defeated the East Texas homeschool Chargers by the score of 78-45. Now let's take a look at the season schedule. Jacksonville started the season slowly, but really found their footing in a tough district slate in the second half of the year. This young Jacksonville team showed a ton of progress over the year under first-year head coach Cody Schmidt, and the arrow is pointing way up for this Indians program. After tonight, Jacksonville will wrap up their season with Friday's senior night game against Lufkin, and then next Tuesday's season finale against the White House Wildcats. And it's worth noting Jacksonville not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs just yet. Certainly they'll need a lot of help to get there, but plenty of motivation left for this Jacksonville team. Not that that would be an issue either way. Taking a look at those district standings, Jacksonville currently sits in 6th place in the district. Ahead of them, Lufkin is 1st, Mount Pleasant 2nd, Hallsville 3rd, Texas High 4th, and Tyler 5th. Trailing Jacksonville in district standings are Knack at 7th, White House at 8th, and Marshall at 9th. And it sounds like we're just about to get our starting lineups from JHS English teacher and PA announcer extraordinaire, Mr. Don Couples, after the national anthem.
At this time, introducing tonight's starter, first for the visiting Tyler Heat. Starting at guard at 5'10" and senior number 2, Eli Anderson. Starting at another guard, 6'1" and senior number 3, Waker Hartman. Starting at forward, 6'2" and senior number 10, Cohen Starr. Starting at forward, 6'2" and senior number 15, Trey Madrid. And starting at guard, 6'6", number 20, John Hall. The heater coach number for Ryan Coughlin, assisted by Terry Shelton and Lincoln Phillips. And now, get on your feet to meet your Fightin Indians in Jacksonville. Starting at guard, 6'6", senior number 1, Isaiah Hamilton. Starting at another guard, 6'2", senior number 2, Brendan Richards. Starting at guard, 6'2", sophomore, number 10, Ben Bolton. Starting at forward, 6'2", senior number 11, Nas Coleman Hawkins. And starting at guard, 6'6", senior number 12, Peyton Sanders. Your five Indians are coached by Mr. Cody Smith, assisted by Jakari Lewis and Charles Kendrick. Your officials for the night's game are Mr. Eve Jones, Mr. Rick McGill, and Mr. Raymond Wilson.
Starting for the Tyler Heat, Eli Anderson, Waker Hartman, Cohen Starr, Trey Madrid, and John Hall. Starting for your Jacksonville Fightin Indians, Isaiah Hamilton, Brendan Richards, Ben Bolton, Naz Coleman Hawkins, and Caden Sanders. Thank you for joining us on JISD Live as we're set to get started here. For your varsity boys action, Jacksonville wins the tip. Isaiah Hamilton set to bring it ahead for the Indians. Screen set by Naz Coleman Hawkins. Good pass inside to Ben Bolton, and he puts it up and puts it in. Good pass from Naz Coleman Hawkins. Jacksonville on the board to start this game. Tyler moving it around, and then Cohen Starr good on the lay-in. Hamilton brings it ahead for Jacksonville. Stops and resets behind the three-point line. Now all the way back out to half court. Good pass to Naz Coleman Hawkins. Now Brendan Richards with the ball for Jacksonville into the lane. And going to be called for the foul. First foul of the game for either team. Eli Anderson with the ball for the Heat. Sends it into the lane to Waker Hartman. And then Naz Coleman Hawkins called for the foul.
His first personal, first goal of 2002. Waker Hartman, shooting two.
First is up and in for Hartman. Second is up, no good. Rebound, Anderson. Anderson guarded by Bolton. And now Hawkins again with the block, sends it ahead to Hamilton. Hamilton into the lane. And then off of Trey Madrid. off of Hamilton, correction. So Tyler bringing it the other way. The ball ends up on top of the goal. Expertly done by head coach Cody Schmidt. So after that brief break, Jacksonville inbounding. Isaiah Hamilton with it for the Indians, going to be guarded by Eli Anderson. Now Ben Bolton in the corner. This three is up and short. And then Ben fighting for the ball was out of bounds, so Tyler set to send it the other way. Anderson has it knocked away by Hamilton. So the Heat set to inbound again. Richards now deflects it for Jacksonville. John Hall inbounding again for the Heat. Does successfully get this one into Hartman. Hartman past half court, going to be guarded by Richards, and now Anderson. That ball makes its way to Hartman. Hartman into the lane, sends it back out, but it intercepted by Brendan Richards. Brendan out on the run, puts it up, and gets fouled. Good attacking drive from Brendan Richards. Trey Madrid hit with the foul call. His first personal. 5:44 remaining here in the first. Jacksonville 2 and Tyler Heat 3. Richards at the line for Jacksonville. First is up and in for Brendan Richards. Second, no good for Richards. Rebound, Heat. Anderson bringing it up the court, hands it off to Hall. Now Anderson with it again. Starr hands it off to Hartman. Hartman. Ball makes its way around again. Now Anderson to Hartman into the lane. And the runner is good from Waker Hartman. 5-3 is your score. Jacksonville down 2 at the 5-minute mark here in the first period. Caden Sanders with it for Jacksonville. Hands it off to Brendan Richards. Brendan called for the charge. Second call against Brendan early tonight, so he's going to have a seat. Multiple substitutions for Jacksonville. Abdul Bates, Jabari Kennedy, and Jaden Castle in for the Indians. Jacksonville again pressuring on the inbound. Starr with it for the Heat. Makes its way to Anderson. Hall, guarded by Castle, gets it to Anderson. Anderson at the three-point line, now into the lane, picks up his dribble again, back out to the three-point line, guarded by Castle. Tries to get that into the corner, but deflected by Isaiah Hamilton. Jacksonville really active in the passing lanes early in this game. Inbound. Bates had it for Jacksonville and had it taken away and laid in by John Hall. Isaiah Hamilton brings it ahead for Jacksonville, guarded by Eli Anderson. Ben Bolton gets it to Jabari Kennedy, now to Abdul Bates, back to Hamilton. Castle with the ball into the lane, lost his dribble, and then foul called, I think, away from the ball on Trey Madrid. Second personal. Jaden Castle strong underneath the basket. 7-5 is your score. Jacksonville down 2, 3:45 remaining. 3 is up, no good from Madrid. Tip rebound goes straight to Waker Hartman, who gets fouled at the bucket by Ben Bolton. Bolton's first personal foul, and Hartman will go to the line for the Heat. First is up, no good for Hartman. Isaiah Hamilton going to check out for Jacksonville, and Isaac Suarez-Mosley checks in. Hartman set to send his second away. Up and good for Waker Hartman. 8-5, Jacksonville down 3, 3:30 remaining here in the opening period. Suarez-Mosley with it for Jacksonville, almost lost it past half court, but able to contain it. And now Ben Bolton with the ball for Jacksonville. Deep three, Bolton rises up, no good. Rebound, Anderson. Hall, good move under the basket, gets the shot off, can't get it to fall now. Suarez-Mosley trying to find Abdul Bates. Back to Mosley, now to Kennedy. Mosley resets. Jacksonville slows this possession down. Kennedy with the ball, now to Bolton in the corner. Deflected, but Bolton contains it for Jacksonville. Now back to Suarez-Mosley. Into the corner, Abdul Bates knifes in, but good defense from Hall. He's able to get the steal, now sends it over to Anderson. Deep three from Starr is up and in. (11-5) is your score with 2:27 remaining here in the first. Jacksonville down 6. Jacksonville's going to need to find some better looks at the basket, as early here in this game, they've not had easy looks at the bucket. Jaden Castle with a really good move underneath earlier to get open for a lay-in. But Jacksonville going to need to find a groove offensively. 2:27 remaining here in the first. Jacksonville 5 and Tyler Heat 11. Suarez-Mosley bringing it ahead for the Indians. Guarded by Eli Anderson. Now Ben Bolton with it, hands it off to Castle. Castle into the corner. Bates trying to find Suarez-Mosley, who's able to save it. Really athletic play from Suarez-Mosley to keep that ball inbound. Now Bates with it for Jacksonville, trying to get into the lane. Castle with it down low. Back out to Kennedy. Jacksonville again not finding any open looks. Good defense from the Heat results in the transition opportunity for Waker Hartman. 13-5, 1:35 remaining here in the first. Suarez-Mosley bringing it ahead for Jacksonville. Anderson on defense, and Anderson going to be hit with the foul call. That'll be Anderson's first personal foul. And third team foul. 4 team fouls for Jacksonville. Inbounded into the backcourt for Isaiah Hamilton back in the game, as is Brendan Richards. Hamilton to Castle. Castle hands it off to Ben Bolton. Great looking shot from Ben Bolton. Needed shot from Ben Bolton. Jacksonville back on the board. 13-8 is your score. Coming up on a minute remaining here in this first period. Anderson rises up in the lane, but it rims out. Rebound Castle. Long outlet pass looking for Bates. Well short, and now 3 is up and in from Waker Hartman. Isaiah Hamilton under a minute here in the first. Into the lane, spins, and stripped but fouled. It's going to be Anderson's second personal foul. He's going to check out. John Hall going to check back in. Both teams with 4 team fouls. 48.6 remaining here in the first. 16-8. Ben Bolton again for 3. Rises up, no good. Rebound Hartman. Hartman deep pass ahead for Hall. And now open look at 3 is up and in from Keedron Penny. 19-8 is your score. 30 seconds remaining here in the first. Hamilton going to be fouled on the drive. John Hall called for the foul, his first personal foul. 26.1 remaining here in the first. First is up for Hamilton and good. 19-9 is your score. Jabari Kennedy checks back in for Jacksonville. Brendan Richards has a seat. Jacksonville down 10, 26.1 remaining here in the first. Hamilton second up and in. Big free throws from Isaiah Hamilton. Jacksonville started 3 of 4 from the line. Cohen Starr set to inbound for the Heat, sends it ahead, and now gets it back. He sends it forward to Penny, who hands it off to Hall. 15 seconds remaining here in the first. Hall guarded by Ben Bolton. Inside 10 seconds. Now Penny guarded by Kennedy. Deep 3 from Penny is up, off iron, no good. Rebound Abdul Bates. So after 1, Jacksonville 10, Tyler Heat 19. Jacksonville fighting back in the second half of that opening period, as for a while there they were cold from the floor and could not generate any quality looks at the basket. Able to get to the line some there in that period, and currently looking at a 9-point deficit after 1. For Jacksonville, Ben Bolton with 5 points, 2 for Jaden Castle, 2 for Brendan Richards, and 2 for Isaiah Hamilton. For the Heat, 9 for Waker Hartman, 5 for Cohen Starr, 3 for Keedron Penny, and 2 for John Hall. Just about set to get started in the second period here, as Jacksonville down 9 after 1 to the Tyler Heat. And Tyler set to start with the ball as Hartman inbounds it to Anderson. Anderson going to be guarded by Suarez Mosley. He sends the ball around to Hall. Hall into the lane, guarded by Kennedy. Spin move, but runs into a brick wall. Good pass. Makes its way to Cohen Starr, but then knocked out of bounds by Naz Coleman Hawkins. Naz has been active on defense around the glass. Already got a big block and multiple deflections on that end of the court. Tyler Heat deep Deep inbound, almost to half court, but saved by Hall. And now Anderson into the lane. More good defense from Naz Coleman Hawkins. Another deflection, this one against Hartman. Anderson, good setup for Aiden Shelton on the inbound. And 22-10 is your score. Three from Jabari Kennedy. Big shot from Jabari. Jacksonville's going to need a spark offensively to get to close this 9-point gap, 21-13, this 8-point gap now after that three. 7 minutes remaining here in the second. Anderson with the ball for the Heat, guarded by Suarez Mosley. Screen set, Anderson into the lane, now kicks it out. Hartman rises up and puts it in. Bates able to save that for Jacksonville. Now gets it to Suarez Mosley. Mosley to Kennedy, back to Bolton. Bolton pulls up and hits. Good shot from Ben Bolton. Anderson. Now Hartman, guarded by Bates. Hartman into the lane, dribbles off his foot, picked up by Suarez Mosley. Suarez Mosley quickly out on the run, puts it up. Bates, and now Kennedy, another three for Jabari Kennedy, no good. Rebound Hall. 5:40 remaining in the second. Jacksonville 15 and Tyler Heat 23. Hall for three is up and good for John Hall. 26-15. Suarez Mosley with the ball for Jacksonville, guarded by Hall. And now Kennedy into the corner for Ben Bolton. Bolton, three is up, no good. Rebound, Cohen Starr. Now Eli Anderson bringing it ahead for the Heat. Deep three is up and no good from Aiden Shelton. Suarez Mosley out on the run. Ben Bolton, a three of his own, is up, rattles, and is halfway down before no good. Naz Coleman Hawkins, second chance points. Coleman Hawkins been big here tonight. Only 2 points on the board, but multiple deflections defensively, and then a big offensive rebound putback on that possession. 4.5 remaining here in the second. 26-17. That ball deflected out by Jabari Kennedy. Multiple substitutions for Jacksonville. Isaiah Hamilton, Jaden Castle, and Jace Meza in to join Kennedy and Suarez Mosley. Hartman, deep three is up, no good. Tip rebound attempt, no good for the Heat. Hamilton into the lane. Really smooth step-through move for Hamilton to get past the first defender, but then deflected out of bounds. So Jacksonville will retain possession. Inbound to Jaden Castle, now handed back off to Hamilton. Hamilton to Kennedy. And Kennedy going to be called for the travel. Trey Madrid checks back in for the Heat. 4 minutes remaining here in the second period. 26-17 is your score. Jacksonville down to the Heat halfway through this second period. Hartman into the lane, tries to get it to Madrid, but broken up, and now Anderson with the ball. sends it back. Open look at three is up, no good, and off the shot clock, so Jacksonville will take over. 3:35 remaining here in the first half. Jacksonville 17, Tyler Heat 26. Jeff Bell checks in for the Heat as Cohen Starr will check out. Suarez Mosley bringing it ahead for Jacksonville. Hamilton with it for Jacksonville, into the lane, puts it up, fouled, but on the floor. Does not receive the benefit of the continuation. Jeff Bell called for the foul. It's his first team foul in the period for the Heat. Bolton gets it into Castle. Castle into the lane, into the corner now. Hamilton for three. Blocked, deflected maybe by Hartman. Now Anderson with the ball for the Heat, into the lane, lays it up and lays it in. 28-17, under 3 minutes remaining in this second period. Bolton, quick three up, no good. And Anderson brings it ahead for the Heat. Anderson reverses course into the lane, lays it up, and one opportunity.
Foul is on number 1, his first personal. Second double team foul number 1, Anderson shooting one.
Free throw is up, no good. Rebound, Castle. Hamilton with the ball for Jacksonville. Whip pass into Castle. Castle puts it up and gets it to fall. Good pass from Isaiah Hamilton and good finish from Jaden Castle. 30-19 is your score. 2:10 remaining here in the first half. Anderson pulls up from three, no good. And Jacksonville ball. Timeout, Tyler Heat. So 1:56 remaining here in the first half. Jacksonville 19 and the Tyler Heat 30. Actually, make that 2:04 remaining here in the second period. Jacksonville down 11. And Jacksonville set to inbound. Brendan Richards inbounding for Jacksonville, sends it into Hamilton. Hamilton's going to be guarded by John Hall. Now Richards to Bates, back to Hamilton. Hamilton to Castle, underneath the basket. Jump ball called. Jacksonville will keep possession, but good defense from John Hall. Good help defense as he crashed down and tied it up with Jaden Castle. Isaiah Hamilton set to inbound for Jacksonville. Good pass to Castle. And then Hall going to be hit with the foul call. His second personal foul, second team foul for the Heat. Bolton to Richards, back to Hamilton in the corner. Hamilton pulls up from three and hits. Isaiah Hamilton, another big shot for Jacksonville. Cuts this to an 8-point lead with a minute and a half remaining here in the opening half. Good defense from Isaiah Hamilton, gets the steal, and he's out on the run into the lane. A lot of contact and fouled. Great defense from Isaiah Hamilton. Gets the steal, runs out in transition, knows there's going to be contact, and gets to the line. Can't say enough about the toughness that Isaiah Hamilton has shown these past few games. 2 games in a row sent into the padding at speed into the same shoulder. The second one of those, the latter of those, which was a flagrant foul, and been kind of beaten up these last few games and just shown a ton of toughness. Bounces up from that second one, obvious pain, and hits 2 free throws. Hits the first one here, and then later in that same game, pretty significant ankle injury that he fights through, plays the rest of that game. Still dealing with both of those here tonight, and ton of toughness shown by Isaiah Hamilton. Can't credit him enough for that, as he hits both free throws on that trip, making this a 6-point game as we approach the final minute of the first half. Hartman gets it off to Anderson, guarded by Bates. Good entry pass, but great defense from Ben Bolton, and then lost out of bounds after the block off of John Hall. Great defense from Bolton. Jacksonville ball, 1 minute remaining here in the second period. Jacksonville 24, Tyler Heat 30. Hamilton brings it across half court, guarded by Hall. Now Ben Bolton with it, guarded by Anderson. Bolton to Bates. Bates hands it off to Castle into the lane. Now Hamilton, corner 3 up and short. Rebound Anderson. Anderson to Hall. 30 seconds remaining in the second. Deflected by Hamilton, but the Heat retain possession. 20 seconds remaining here in the second. Anderson with the ball for the Heat, guarded by Hamilton. He sends it off to Hartman, guarded by Bates. And Hartman steps out of bounds. Great defense from Bates. 8.2 remaining here in the second. Kennedy set to inbound for Jacksonville. Jacksonville trying to cut into this 6-point deficit before halftime. Final seconds of the second period. Hamilton with the ball for Jacksonville. Puts up the shot and short. So at halftime, your score, Jacksonville 24 and the Tyler Heat 30. Jacksonville rallying back in that second period to cut this to a 6-point deficit. As I believe it had stretched out to a 13-point deficit at one point earlier in this game. And I think here at halftime we're going to get our senior night presentation for Brendan Richards. If you're just joining us, Brendan, one of the senior members of this Fightin Indians basketball team, not going to be able to be here for Friday's regularly scheduled senior night event, as he's on a football recruiting trip, I believe. So we are going to celebrate Brendan individually here tonight, and then we'll have our regularly scheduled senior night celebration for the rest of the seniors here on Friday.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to recognize one of our fine Indian seniors. Number 2, Brendan Richards. Brendan is being escorted this evening by his godmother, Miss Angela Davis, and his sister, Brianna Richards. Brendan has participated in football, basketball, and track all 4 years here at Jacksonville High School. His plans for the future include going to play college football at Jacksonville University. His favorite memory are great talks on the bus rides back home. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brendan Richards. Some words from Coach Schmidt. Be rich, I'm so proud of the young man that you have become. Thank you for being part of the program this season, and thank you for your dedication and work ethic that you poured into it. I love how you continue to push through no matter what. That's inspiring, and you will have an amazing story when it's all said and done. I wish you all the best as you get ready to go into your adult life. Continue to have a great attitude and work hard at everything you do. If you ever need anything, your coaches are here for you. Love you, be rich. Coach Schmidt. Ladies and gentlemen, Brendan Richards.
Really nice ceremony there for Brendan Richards, one of 5 seniors on this Indians team. At the half, Jacksonville down 6 for Jacksonville. Isaiah Hamilton with 7 points, Ben Bolton with 7 points, 4 for Jaden Castle, 3 for Jabari Kennedy, 2 for Naz Coleman Hawkins, and then 1 for Brendan Richards. For the Heat, 11 points for Walker Hartman, 5 apiece for Cohen Starr and John Hall, 4 for Eli Anderson, 3 for Keedron Penny, and 2 for Aiden Shelton. This is a really good Tyler Heat team, and I mean, look no further than their record to see that. They're 29-2 coming into this game. So Jacksonville knew this was going to be a big test, and that's part of the reason that they scheduled this team. We've mentioned all year long this is a young Jacksonville team, and so this is you want to beat teams like this going forward into the future, and Jacksonville's shown a ton of progress over the year. But this is the level that they want to get to, where they not only compete with teams like this, which they're doing tonight, but they beat teams like this on a regular basis. And so just kind of in talking to head coach Cody Schmidt earlier, that's why he scheduled this game. It's towards the end of district, and Jacksonville's shown a ton of promise in district and a ton of progress in district. And so able to schedule a game like this against a really good team that brings in just a sparkling record. It's a measuring stick game, and they've shown well through one half. Down 6 at half, and they kind of rallied in late in that second to make that margin much smaller than it was. And so credit this Indians team for that, and we'll see if they can keep up that momentum when we get back for the second half. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back with you. Thank you for joining us on JISD Live.
But you asked for a drink. You asked for a drink. Go take it back right now. Take it back. Okay, let me get it. Take it back. Take it back. You be in the family. How you? Hey, turn around. You be in the family. Don't try to take the way and take all of this.
About 30 seconds away from the start of second half action here between your Jacksonville Fightin Indians and the Tyler Heat. Jacksonville coming into this second half down 6, 30-24 is your halftime score. Jacksonville set to start the second half with Ben Bolton, Abdul Bates, Isaiah Hamilton, Jaden Castle, and Jabari Kennedy on the floor. Heat starting with the ball. Anderson bringing it ahead, going to be guarded by Hamilton. Now Hartman sends it around, and Starr gets it to Hall. John Hall hands it off to Eli Anderson. Anderson guarded by Jaden Castle. Now Hartman driving the lane, but good defense from Ben Bolton. Eli Anderson open from three is up and in. 33-24. Hamilton with the ball for Jacksonville. Now to Ben Bolton, guarded by Anderson. Bolton sends it to Castle. And Bates to Hamilton. Hamilton, three is up, off back iron, gets his own rebound, now pulls up from the free throw and hits. Second chance points for Isaiah Hamilton. Anderson with the ball for the Heat. And Trey Madrid going to be hit with the foul call on the screen. That'll be Trey Madrid's third personal foul, first team foul for the Heat in the period. Hamilton going to bring it ahead for Jacksonville, going to be guarded by John Hall. And Jaden Castle called for the foul on the other end. That'll be Castle's first personal and first team foul. Both teams with one foul, 6:30 remaining here in the third. Jacksonville 26 and Tyler Heat 33. Hartman guarded by Bates. Hartman gets it to Anderson, but deflected by Kennedy. Now Bates the other way, lays it up at the basket, can't finish, and then tied up. Jacksonville keeps possession. Hamilton set to inbound, gets it to Kennedy. Now Kennedy to Castle. Castle picks up his dribble, now shoots over Trey Madrid and hits. Jaden Castle 6 points. 33-28 at the 6-minute mark here in the third. Good pass from Anderson. And then Hamilton going to be called for the foul on Cohen Starr. So Starr to the line for the Heat. That's Hamilton's second personal foul. And Starr shooting 2 shots from the line for the Heat. Starr's first is up and in. Starr's second up and in. Hamilton set to bring it ahead for Jacksonville. 35-28 is your score. 5:50 remaining in the third. Jacksonville down 7. Bolton with the ball, hands it off to Hamilton. Screen by Castle. Now Hamilton trying to get it back to Castle. And stolen. Anderson brings it ahead for the Heat, guarded by Hamilton. Hands it off to Hartman. And now Hall with the ball for the Heat, guarded by Bates. Anderson into the lane and lays it off glass. Eli Anderson with 9 points. 37-28 is your score. Coming up on 5 minutes remaining here in the third. Hamilton guarded by Hall. Hamilton trying to get that to Kennedy, but stolen. and headed the other way. Hall to Starr, and then Anderson into the corner. Hartman, 3 is up and good. Good ball movement for the Heat. After the loose ball results in an open corner 3 for Walker Hartman. Isaiah Hamilton to Kennedy, Kennedy to Bates, Bates trying to answer from 3, up, no good, and then deflected on the rebound by Isaiah Hamilton, so the Heat set to inbound. John Hart going to get a rest for the Tyler Heat, as is Isaiah Hamilton and Jabari Kennedy for Jacksonville. Checking in for Jackson, Brendan Richards and Isaac Suarez Mosley. Checking in for the Heat, Keedron Penny. Eli Anderson brings it ahead, now hands it off to Hartman, Hartman to Penny. Penny back to Anderson, Anderson to Starr, Starr puts it up, guarded by Suarez Mosley, and then rebound Suarez Mosley. Suarez Mosley to Ben Bolton into the corner. Thought about a shot, dribbled, picked up his dribble, and then tried to dribble through the defense. Naz Coleman Hawkins checks in for Jaden Castle. Eli Anderson brings it ahead for the Heat. Jacksonville 28, Heat 40. 4 minutes remaining here in the third. Penny hands it off to Anderson. Anderson guarded by Suarez Mosley. Now Anderson hands it off to Starr. Starr guarded by Bates. Good defense from Abdul Bates, but Starr able to keep possession. Madrid to Anderson, guarded by Suarez Mosley. Anderson quickly into the lane, but then Suarez Mosley called for the foul. That's his first personal foul. 3.5 remaining here in the third. Heat inbounding, and Heat ahead 40-28. Madrid with the ball, gets it to Anderson. Anderson, good pass to Starr inside. Cohen Starr, good on the lay-in. 42-28, back to a 14-point Tyler Heat lead. Ben Bolton pulls up from 3, gets fouled, and one opportunity, an opportunity for the 4-point play from Ben Bolton, as this had gotten out to a 14-point deficit. Massive shot from Ben Bolton. That's Keaton Penny's first personal. And Bolton going to be at the line for Jacksonville, trying to convert the 4-point play to cut this to 10. Free throw up, no good from Bolton. And Anderson set to bring it ahead for the Heat. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the third. Jacksonville 31, Tyler Heat 42. Eli Anderson with the ball for the Heat. Now sends it to Starr. Cohen Starr guarded by Abdul Bates. Back to Anderson. Anderson to Penny, back to Anderson. Penny to Shelton, but then rebounded by Abdul Bates. And Ben Bolton, hard foul from Cohen Starr. It's going to be Starr's first personal and third team foul. Both teams with 3 fouls, 2:20 remaining here in the third. Jacksonville down 11, 42-31. Brendan Richards inbounding for Jacksonville, and Isaiah Hamilton going to bring it ahead. Hamilton spins, fall away shot, no good. Fighting for the loose ball. And timeout Jacksonville, so they'll keep possession. Great effort from Isaiah Hamilton, and good timeout called by Cody Schmidt. 42-31 is your score. Jacksonville had cut this to 6 at halftime. Back out to 11 currently. Hamilton set to inbound for Jacksonville. 2:04 remaining here in the third. Jacksonville with the ball. Inbound to Brendan Richards. Great looking play and great feed from Hamilton to Richards. 42-33, 9-point game. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the third period. Anderson into the lane. Now dribbles back out to the 3. And sends it to Hartman. Naz Coleman Hawkins called for his second personal foul. Heat set to inbound. Good defense from Jacksonville, forcing the timeout from the Heat.
Thirty-second timeout. Heat.
Jacksonville down 9 late into this third period. They've scored 9 points in this third period to the Heat's 12. The Heat set to inbound. Good pass from Anderson. Shelton puts a shot up. No good. And then Isaiah Hamilton called for his third personal foul. So Aiden Shelton going to shoot 2 shots from the line for the Heat. First is up and good for Shelton. Second is up, no good. Bates with the ball, sends it ahead to Hamilton. Hamilton spins into the lane, puts it up, can't get it to fall. And then Anderson gonna control it and bring it ahead for the Heat. Shelton gonna set the screen so Jacksonville switches. Isaac Suarez-Mosley now guarding Anderson, and John Hall with it for the Heat. Back to Anderson. Anderson into the lane, but good defense from Jacksonville. Ties it up, jump ball called, and Heat retain possession. Anderson inbounding. Stolen by Suarez-Mosley, out on the run, gets it forward to Hamilton, but can't hold on to it. Deflected out of bounds. Jacksonville will keep possession. Hamilton going to inbound for Jacksonville. Suarez-Mosley now to Brendan Richards, back to Hamilton. Guarded by John Hall. Suarez Mosley, step back three is up and in for Isaac Suarez Mosley. Cuts this to a 7-point lead. 30 seconds remaining here in the third. Starr, step through, can't finish on the second chance points, and now Hamilton brings it ahead. 15 seconds remaining here in the period. Hamilton picks up his dribble, shoots a three, no good. Rebound Coleman Hawkins. Hamilton tries to send it to Bates, but deflected out of bounds. 8 seconds remaining here in the third. Jacksonville 36 and Heat 43. 7-point margin. Hamilton inbounding for Jacksonville. Sends it back deep to Bates. Now Bates to Suarez Mosley. Hamilton shoots for three, doesn't make it, but gets called. Does John Hall for the shooting foul. 3 free throws for Isaiah Hamilton. 0.3 remaining in the period. First from Hamilton is up and good. Jacksonville starting 6 of 8 from the line in this game. Second for Hamilton, up and good. Three for three from the line on that trip for Isaiah Hamilton. And so much like the second period, Jacksonville rallies late to cut the deficit. Now just a 5-point margin. As at the end of three, your score is Jacksonville 38. Make that should be 39. Had some slight score issues on the scoreboard here in the arena. So now corrected. Jacksonville 39, Tyler Heat 43. So after three, Jacksonville has cut this to a 4-point margin, and they will start with possession here in the fourth. Hamilton with the ball for Jacksonville to Suarez Mosley. Suarez Mosley guarded by Anderson. Suarez Mosley puts it up off iron, can't get it to fall, but gets the rebound, now gets it to Castle. Castle back to Hamilton. Hamilton into the lane, strong move. A lot of contact. And Eli Anderson going to be called for the foul. It's going to be his third personal. Hamilton inbounding for Jacksonville. Sends it to Bates. Bates to Suarez Mosley. Now to Hamilton. Hamilton inside to Castle. Castle lays it up and lays it in. Good pass from Isaiah Hamilton, a good finish from Jaden Castle. 2-point game, 43-41. 7 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Anderson sends it to Starr, deflected by Hamilton, but straight to Anderson, and now big shot from John Hall. He hits a three from the corner, and Hamilton brings it ahead. Hamilton into the lane, lays it up, no good. Rebound, Shelton. Eli Anderson bringing it ahead, going to be guarded by Hamilton. Anderson into the lane quickly and lays it in. Was a 2-point margin and immediately back out to a 7-point margin. 41-48 is your score. Jacksonville timeout. .6:26 remaining here in regulation. Jacksonville 41, Heat 48. Jacksonville had cut this to 2, and the Heat quickly stretched this back out to a 7-point margin. Big three from John Hall, and then Eli Anderson knifing into the lane. Ben Bolton with the ball for Jacksonville. To Brendan, now back to Bolton. Bolton sends it inside to Castle. Now Bates open for three from the corner, can't hit. Rebounded Hartman. Anderson bringing it ahead, guarded by Suarez Mosley. Hartman into the lane, gets fouled, and he'll head to the line. Abdul Bates' first personal foul. First team foul for Jacksonville. And Waker Hartman at the line for the Heat. First is up, no good for Hartman. Jabari Kennedy checks in for Brendan Richards. And Isaiah Hamilton checks in for Abdul Bates. Waker Hartman's second shot forthcoming. It's up, no good. Rebound, Ben Bolton. Hamilton into the lane, through contact, and gets it to fall. And one opportunity for Isaiah Hamilton. Cohen Starr's second personal. Hamilton good from the line again. Starr inbounding. And timeout called.
Correction, that timeout was charged to the Heat.
Timeout Heat, 44-48. Jacksonville down 4 in this fourth period. As the Heat set to inbound. 5:40 remaining here in the game in regulation. Heat 48 and Jacksonville 44. Cohen Starr set to inbound for the Heat. And pressure defense from Jacksonville, but Anderson going to get it past half court. Now Suarez Mosley with the help defense forces the turnover. Ben Bolton sends it ahead to Hamilton. Hamilton through contact, can't finish, but loose ball. Ben Bolton puts it up, gets it to fall, and one. What a play from Ben Bolton. Gets the loose ball immediately. Knifes to the bucket. Huge collision. Called offensive. Charge called. Wow, huge call. I was sure that was going to be against the Heat. Man, what a call to go against Jacksonville in that moment. 5:16 remaining, 48-44. Cohen Starr inbounding for the Heat. Hartman brings it ahead, picks up his dribble. Now Starr trying to find someone open. Hartman back to Hall. Hall hands it off to Anderson. Anderson in the lane. Resets. Ben Bolton on defense. Anderson into the lane. Lays it off. Good pass and good finish for Aiden Shelton. 6-point game, 4.5 minutes remaining here in regulation. 50-44. Jacksonville down 6. Ben Bolton with it for Jacksonville. Pulls up for 3 and cuts it in half. 3 points for Ben Bolton. 3-point game, 50-47. Bolton with the steal on defense. Sends it over to Hamilton. Hamilton resets, now pulls up for 3. Bolton, offensive rebound. Can't get the putback to fall. 4 minutes left in regulation. Jacksonville 47, Tyler Heat 50. Anderson with the ball for the Heat, guarded by Suarez Mosley. Anderson into the lane. Foul called against Suarez Mosley. It's going to be his 3rd personal foul. Anderson inbounding. Sends it back deep. And now Penny with it, hands it back to Anderson. Anderson into the lane, now dribbles back out. Sends it to Hartman. 3.5 minutes remaining in regulation. Penny back to Anderson. Guarded by Suarez Mosley. Hartman deflected out of bounds by Hamilton. 3:14 remaining in regulation. Jacksonville 47, Tyler Heat 50. Anderson inbounding for the Heat. Inbounded to Starr. Starr back into the lane to Hartman. Miscommunication on defense for Jacksonville. Ben Bolton pulls up from 3 again. No good. 2:50 remaining here in regulation. 52-47 is your score. Anderson fouled, and he'll head to the line. Hamilton's 4th foul, 5th team foul for Jacksonville. So Heat in the bonus for the remainder of this game. 2:47 left in regulation. First is up, no good for Anderson. Brendan Richards and Abdul Bates check in for Jacksonville to join Isaiah Hamilton, Ben Bolton, and Jaden Castle. Anderson's second is up and good. 53-47. Hamilton with the ball for Jacksonville, sends it to Bates. Open look at three is up and in. Huge shot from Abdul Bates to check in and immediately hit a three to make this a one-possession game. 53-50, 2:26 remaining in regulation. Starr with the ball for the Heat. Ben Bolton on defense. Now Starr sends it to Penny and Anderson. Anderson guarded by Brendan Richards. Penny thought about a three, now dribbles out, guarded by Bates, into the lane, puts it up and gets it to fall. Keedron Penny, big shot. Abdul Bates called for the foul, his second. Isaiah Hamilton in the area with 4 fouls. That could have been big, but call goes against Bates. No good on the free throw, and Hamilton brings it ahead for Jacksonville into the lane and fouled. Walker Hartman, his second personal. Now Isaiah Hamilton at the line for Jacksonville. First is up and good. Jacksonville starting 10 for 12 from the line. Free throws have been huge for Jacksonville in this game. Is this now a 4-point, make it 3-point margin? Isaiah Hamilton with 16 points, 55-52. Jacksonville pressure defense and jump ball called. Alternating possession. Heat keep possession. Anderson with the ball, guarded by Bolton. Anderson past half court. Into the lane, now sends it back to Hartman. Hartman to Starr, Starr into the lane, sends it back out to Penny. Abdul Bates called for his third personal, and so Penny will head to the line. 1:26 remaining here in regulation. First is up, no good. So whereas Jacksonville has started 10 of 12 from the line, the Heat 5 of 12 from the line for this game. Second is up and good for Penny. 56-52 is your score. Coming up on the 1-minute mark. And Ben Bolton gonna be hit with the foul call. That'll be his third personal. .101 remaining here in regulation, 56-52. Free throw up, no good for Hartman. Isaac Suarez Mosley and Jabari Kennedy check in. Brendan Richards and Abdul Bates check out for Jacksonville. Waker Hartman at the line for his second shot. And it's up and good. Hamilton hands it off to Bolton. Bolton into Castle. Castle going to be fouled. Aiden Shelton hit with his first personal foul. Jaden Castle at the line for Jacksonville. Big free throws here for Castle. 50 seconds remaining in regulation. Jacksonville down 5. First for Castle is up, no good. Abdul Bates checks in for Isaiah Hamilton. Castle's second up, no good. Timeout, Heat. 45 seconds remaining here in regulation. Jacksonville 52, Tyler Heat 57. Jacksonville has fought back here in this second half and currently down 5. Lot of grit and toughness shown by this Jacksonville team. .45 seconds remaining here in regulation. Jacksonville 52, Tyler Heat 57. Heat set to inbound. Great defense from Jacksonville, 5-second violation. Isaiah Hamilton checks back in for Jacksonville. Abdul Bates going to have a seat. Hamilton set to inbound for Jacksonville. Jacksonville down 5. Good inbound for Kennedy, and Kennedy's going to get fouled and head to the line. Eli Anderson's 4th personal foul. 43.2 remaining in regulation. Jabari Kennedy at the line for Jacksonville. 57-52. Jacksonville down 5. First for Kennedy is up, no good. Abdul Bates back in for Isaiah Hamilton. Second for Kennedy is up and good. Timeout called. It's now a 4-point game, 57-53 with 43.2 remaining here in regulation. Free throws have been absolutely huge in keeping Jacksonville in this game. 13 of 17 from the line tonight are the Indians. And the Tyler Heat, 7 of 15 from the line. So Jacksonville definitely winning the free throw battle, and that has kept them. That's been a huge part of keeping them in this game. They haven't sent the Heat to the line too often tonight, and when Jacksonville themselves have gone to the line, they've taken advantage. 13 of 17, and Now 57-53 with 43.2 seconds remaining here in regulation. Heat moving the ball around. Anderson with the ball. Gets it over to Starr. Starr past half court into the lane. Back to Anderson. 30 seconds remaining in regulation. Starr with the ball and going to be fouled by Ben Bolton. That's Bolton's fourth personal. 27.7 remaining here in regulation. Starr at the line. First is up and good. Looked like it was going to rattle out, but it ends up falling for Cohen Starr. Second is up and good for Starr. Jacksonville with the ball, 59-53, 20 seconds remaining in regulation. That ball sent into the center of the lane. Good shot from Jaden Castle. Makes it a 4-point game again, 59-55 with 18.3 seconds remaining in regulation. Coming out of the timeout, Jacksonville 55, Tyler Heat 59 with 18.3 seconds remaining here in regulation. Tyler Heat set to inbound. Waker Hartman handling the inbound for the Heat. A switch on the inbound. And then Anderson going to be fouled by Isaac Suarez-Mosley. Anderson up and good on the free throw. Second up and good for Anderson on the free throw. 61-55, 6-point game. Hamilton with the ball for Jacksonville, hands it off to Kennedy. Now to Suarez-Mosley. Suarez-Mosley puts up the three. No good. To your final at the end of the game. Jacksonville 55 and the Tyler Heat 61. Credit the Heat for a well-played game. This is a team that came in with a 29-2 record. And Jacksonville down at multiple points by a margin of 14 each time, went on a run and cut that back. At one point got this to within a 2-point game. So huge credit to this Indians team for not folding when the margin got large. They clawed their way back and then fell at the end by the score of 61-55. It looks like we have a final from the Tomato Bowl as well. It's going to end in a draw. Jacksonville won and Mount Pleasant won, I believe, just from what I can see on the live stream as that's brought up. It sounds like that was a great night of action in the Tomato Bowl as well, as that ends up in a 1-1 draw. Huge thanks to Ryan Travis and the students that handled the live stream in the Tomato Bowl for soccer action here tonight on JISD Live. And absolutely massive thanks to Jessica Hernandez for showing up and running the camera all night long here at John Alexander Gymnasium. We'll be bringing you more soccer and basketball action coming up on Friday, as we have girls soccer in the Tomato Bowl and we have boys basketball here this Friday against Lufkin. That'll also be senior night for your boys basketball team, so be sure and join us for another simulcast this Friday. On behalf of Ryan Travis, the students in the Tomato Bowl, Jessica Hernandez here at John A. Gym, I'm Lee Traylor, and thank you for joining us on JISD Live.